She smiled at everyone, but cried alone every night. Everyone knew her as the girl who always smiled. At the office, her smile greeted people before her words did. At family gatherings, she laughed the loudest. On social media, her photos showed happiness, confidence, and calm. People often said, "She's so strong, she's always positive, I wish I was like her." But no one ever asked her one simple question. Are you really okay? Because every night, when the lights were off and the world went silent, her smile disappeared, and the crying began. Her name was Ava. She lived alone in a small apartment on the 3rd floor of an old building. Nothing fancy, just clean walls, a simple bed, and a window that looked out onto a quiet street. During the day, the apartment felt empty, but peaceful. At night, it felt heavy. The kind of heavy that sits on your chest and doesn't let you breathe properly. Ava would come home after a long day, place her bag down, kick off her shoes, and stand still for a moment like she was preparing herself. Preparing to stop pretending. She would change into her night clothes, wash her face, and look at herself in the mirror. That's when her eyes changed. The sparkle faded. The strength cracked. She would whisper to her reflection, "Just one more day." You did it again. Then she would turn off the lights and lie down. And the tears would come. Not loud sobs. Not dramatic cries. Just silent tears soaking into her pillow night after night. Ava wasn't always like this. There was a time when her smile was real. She grew up believing that being strong meant never showing pain. Her parents used to say, "Don't complain. Others have it worse. Be grateful. Stay strong." So she learned early how to hide her feelings. When she was sad, she smiled. When she was hurt, she stayed quiet. When she was breaking inside, she told jokes. Over time, people stopped seeing her pain because she never showed it. And slowly, even she forgot how to ask for help. At work, Ava was everyone's favorite. If someone needed help, they went to her. If someone needed advice, they trusted her. If someone needed comfort, she listened patiently. She absorbed everyone else's pain like a sponge. But when the workday ended and people went home to their families, their partners, their lives, Ava walked home alone. No one noticed how quiet she became once she left the building. No one saw her hands shaking as she unlocked her door. No one heard her cry. Her phone buzzed often. Messages like, "Can you help me with this? I need to talk. You always understand." But rarely, "How are you? Are you okay? Do you need someone?" She answered every message with kindness, even when her heart felt empty. One night, after another exhausting day, Ava sat on the edge of her bed instead of lying down. Her chest felt tight. Breathing felt harder than usual. She hugged her knees and stared at the floor. For the first time in a long time, she admitted the truth to herself. "I'm tired. Not tired from work, not tired from people, tired from pretending." She thought about how many times she had smiled when she wanted to scream, how many times she said "I'm fine" when she wasn't, how many nights she cried quietly so no one would know. Tears fell faster now. "What's wrong with me?" she whispered. But the answer was simple. Nothing was wrong with her. She was just human. The next day, something small happened. At work, during lunch break, one of her coworkers, someone she barely talked to, sat beside her. He looked at her for a moment and said gently, "You know, you always smile. But today it looks heavy." Ava laughed automatically. "I'm fine." But he didn't smile back. He said, "You don't have to be strong all the time." Those words hit her harder than she expected. For a second, she felt her throat tighten. She looked away quickly, afraid her eyes would betray her. No one had ever said that to her before. Not like that. That night, Ava didn't cry immediately. She sat by the window instead, watching the streetlights flicker. Cars passed. People walked by, laughing, talking, living. She wondered how many of them were like her, smiling outside, breaking inside. She picked up her phone and opened her messages. She typed something, then deleted it. Typed again. Deleted. Finally, she wrote just one sentence to her closest friend. I don't think I'm okay. Her finger hovered over the send button for a long time. Then she pressed it. Her heart raced. The reply came quicker than she expected. I'm glad you told me. I'm here. Ava stared at the screen. Tears filled her eyes, not from sadness, but from relief. She wasn't alone. That night, she still cried, but differently. This time, she wasn't hiding. Healing didn't happen overnight. She still smiled. She still had bad days. She still cried sometimes. But now, she allowed herself to be honest. She learned that strength doesn't mean silence, that smiling doesn't mean you're okay, that asking for help doesn't make you weak. Slowly, the nights became lighter. The crying became less frequent, and her smile started becoming real again. Some people will never tell you they're hurting. They'll smile. They'll help you. They'll say they're fine. So if you know someone like Ava, check on them. Because sometimes the people who smile the most cry alone every night.